Welcome to Football Bloods TV. On today's episode, we'll be looking at the 5 clubs who, regardless of COVID, they had their best transfer among the other Premier League clubs. So let's take a look. Well, now we are in the COVID-19 situation where football clubs, regardless wherever you are in the world, clubs are actually having a lot of financial crisis, due to this COVID situation and the way the league is being done, where you don't have any fans throughout the stadiums. Like I heard that Dortmund has actually started bringing their fans in, so hopefully like some of the Premier League clubs will slowly bring in their fans to get some income from there. You can see like I don't know, there's a lot of clubs which are actually suffering with COVID. There are players who are also now stuck in COVID, like in Liverpool I think we have 3, Sadio Mane and Thiago, and the latest one is I think Xherdan Shaqiri is also in a COVID situation. And some of the players who come in, they have to quarantine themselves because that SOPs that they have at 14 days quarantine before you can start playing and mingling with your whole squad. So despite all this, we have 5 Premier League clubs who have actually took out the money. They have splashed the cash in order to build their squad. So let's see the first club who has actually done a very good deal in this season's transfer. The first club will be, to your surprise, will be Aston Villa. So the Villans had actually they had a narrow escape from last season's relegation, and to be honest, their club had backed them very well and gave them to splash around 100 million worth of players. So their signings are actually Oli Watkins, who is Brentford's last season's top scorer, and you should remember that Oli Watkins scored a first half hat-trick against Liverpool the other day. And yeah, so they had Oli Watkins, they also had Matty Cash, okay, the 14 million transfer for Matty Cash, and Emi Martinez, an Arsenal goalkeeper. We had the debate who is a better keeper between Martinez and Leno in Arsenal. So now Martinez has his start off with a good club now. Hopefully Aston Villa will really utilize him well. And then Bertrand Traore. So Aston Villa had actually do a very good job, and just right before the transfer end, they actually got Barkley from Chelsea. That is seriously a very good buy. I mean, Barkley is a player where in Everton especially you can see how good he was. And Chelsea, yes, they tried to utilize him. I don't know what went wrong, but now in the Liverpool game, that's the main thing, right? You notice how good was Barkley in delivering all the crosses. I think he even scored one, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, Aston Villa, with all their new signings and their good spirit, they are now second in the Premier League table, and the best season. I mean, they have their biggest goal difference in this whole season, this current period, after they have whacked Liverpool. A surprising win of 7-2. I don't know what happened there, but Aston Villa has actually won 7-2 against the champions of last season. It's a very, very good achievement. Hopefully Aston Villa will continue, and that goal difference can help them to stay again in the Premier League next season. So the next club who did very, very well is, who else? The current leaders of the whole league, Everton. So Everton under Ancelotti has, I think Ancelotti can be the manager who has influenced some of a very talented player to join Everton, and they start off their signing with signing the Brazilian Allen. Okay, they signed him for around 21 million, following Watford's midfielder Doucouré. See, Doucouré is one of my favorite player. I used to have him in my FPL, So Doucouré he's there now, and the biggest signing for Everton is definitely James Rodriguez, and he was a free transfer. And Real Madrid, they had Rodriguez, but he rarely played for Real Madrid, and now he is in Everton, and trust me, he is one of the reasons why Everton is now in such a form. He, pairing up with Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin on top, is seriously a very, very dangerous squad they have, the Everton. And right before the deadline was over, I think one day above, they managed to get this signing, Ben Godfrey from I think Norwich City, if I'm not mistaken. So it wrapped up how Everton had spent this season, and Ancelotti has actually, I mean, he's already starting to prove how these players are going to be utilized, and they're actually showing it. The way Everton play the past 4 games, oh my god, they have been terrorizing their opponents, and the next one will be a Merseyside derby with Liverpool. So I can't wait for that, with what Liverpool had actually done, and Aston Villa going there and trashing them 7-2. I'm pretty sure Liverpool will have their, I don't know whether they will come back, or will Everton snatch the 5th victory. So let's stay tuned on Everton. So next on the list, the third club will be definitely Tottenham Hotspurs. So Spurs actually started the whole transfer season a bit slow, and yes, they had good players coming in. Like they had Højbjerg from Southampton, and they also had Matt Doherty from Wolves. That is a good signing actually. And they had Joe Hart. Joe Hart was almost a free transfer, but Tottenham's fans were very unimpressed. They were looking like, is that all? Every season this is what we are going to get, and after selling Ericsson to Inter Milan and all that. So I think they manage. The fans are trying to bring in some, they expect some big thing, and eventually it happened. First, it was Gareth Bale. After 7 years, he returned back to Spurs in a loan deal. I think for now it's a loan deal, but it may go permanent. You never know. And we know how brutal was Spurs when Gareth Bale was in Spurs. The way he turned into a star player for Spurs. They might go far, they might go far. And they also had another Real Madrid player on a buyback clause, which is Sergio Reguilon. And they signed him for around 25 million. So Sergio Reguilon's case is a bit weird, where they have a buyback clause where even Reguilon himself has stated that he likes to go back to Real Madrid to continue his career. But when you think of it like buyback clause, Spurs one side, yes, they might lose Reguilon if he's going to be a star player, but Reguilon might have a different heart in the time that he is in Spurs. And the next thing is, I think Spurs may not lose anything, because if Reguilon is going to go, they're going to get back whatever they have spent on him. But when you think of the other side, it's a win-to-win situation for Real Madrid in any way. I don't know how this deal goes, but anyway, Spurs had done very well, and right before the transfer is almost done, they managed to get Carlos Vinicius, the striker who actually is trying to. I think Jose Mourinho, he wants to bring in Vinicius to just compete with Harry Kane, and let's see how he does in this new Spurs team. And obviously, yes, they were obviously too good against Manchester United, but I cannot say much because that is a red card situation there. But one more thing was, Jose Mourinho, you screwed up my fantasy Premier League, because you told everyone that Son is injured, man, and suddenly he's just playing there, So yeah, so that is Tottenham Hotspur. Now the next one is Tottenham's main rival. Guess who? The Gunners, Arsenal. So Arsenal, to be honest, the past few seasons, yes, they signed Aubameyang and they had Nicolas Pepe, but Arsenal's transfer was not up to mark up to now, where now they actually they managed to sign a few players, and the way Arsenal deal with all this was a little smart. They managed to remove players such as, I think, Martinez, who went to Aston Villa, okay, and then Guendouzi is on loan, I believe. Torreira is on loan to Atletico, and Mkhitaryan. Torreira's topic, I'll come back later. So Arsenal, they also tried to release their 27 years mascot, Gunnosaurus, and salute to Mesut Ozil. I know he's not playing now, but that was a good gesture by Ozil. He actually said that he's willing to spend his salary for Gunnosaurus to be in the Arsenal's mascot, so that is a very, very good attempt done by Ozil. And to be honest, with Arsenal's new signing, where they have the first one, I think they signed Aubameyang's contract, okay. Aubameyang managed to pen the new deal, and also Bukayo Saka has a new deal. That is their first one, and then they also signed Gabriel. Okay, so Gabriel is a good defender. Okay, he has potential, and the veteran winger Willian from Chelsea. I think he is free. And the biggest news of all, man, Thomas Partey. Oh my god, that is seriously a good deal. 45 million release clause for Thomas Partey, and Diego Simeone is not a happy man. Arsenal had actually waited for Atletico to give good response on Thomas Partey so that they can buy, but Arsenal was smart. End of the day, you notice that Thomas Partey is under a release clause, and Arsenal activated at the very last moment to La Liga, and La Liga only informed Atletico 30 minutes before the deadline, so Atletico couldn't find a good replacement for him. While Lucas Torreira went over there, Thomas Partey silently came and signed for Arsenal. 45 million for a machine. I think he's around 27 years old, and Thomas Partey is a very good. If you notice now, Arsenal's lineup, the way it's going, and also not forgetting Danny Ceballos, he also came back on another year loan, if I'm not mistaken. Their squad is actually kind of complete. All they need now is good momentum and good spirit, and I'm pretty sure Arsenal can even fight, can be a title contender. You know, you never know, but. Yes, Arteta is doing very well, repairing the whole Arsenal squad and making them to feel how is it to be an Arsenal player. And Arsenal fans, I know you are all still waiting for the day to see Thomas Partey start playing for you. Let's see. Yes, let's see. And the last of all, the best club who had done a lovely transfer. I mean, they had the best transfer season this year, and it is none other than the Blues, Chelsea. So Chelsea, you can say nothing because they had 2 years transfer ban where they cannot buy anyone. The last they bought was, I think, Christian Pulisic, and now they managed to bring in a few players. So first was Ziyech, and then they had Timo Werner, Ben Chilwell, Thiago Silva, Kai Havertz, Mendy, the keeper, and Malang Sarr, who is now out on loan. But Chelsea had spent up to 200 million, somewhere there, okay, 200 million. And their most expensive signing is actually Kai Havertz. Not to say only their club, overall Premier League's most expensive player is Kai Havertz. So I hope that Havertz will show his worth with the amount they spent. I think it's around 71 million with all the add-on clause. It's around 90 million if I'm not mistaken. So Chelsea has a lot to prove as well. They managed to bang up the whole league with I think the last game was a 4-0 victory to Chelsea. I'm not really sure, yeah, but Chelsea, yes, everyone is watching what Chelsea will do, and Lampard is definitely under high pressure. And yes, so these are the 5 clubs: Aston Villa, Everton, Spurs, Arsenal, and Chelsea are the 5 clubs who has actually had the best transfer. So what do you think? Did I miss anyone? Do you think that I don't know, Liverpool, did they have good transfer? Yes, they did. They had some good players. So let us know in the comment section who is your best 5 clubs who had done good transfer. And yes, do subscribe to the channel, Football Bluds TV.